Timeless 106.1 FM, KFFB. This is Bob Connell. Thanks so much for joining us. We do have Shea Lewis, the brand new State Parks Director for Arkansas. And Shea, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm excited about this opportunity. It's not something I had really envisioned in my future when I first became a park ranger back in 1995, but it's just amazing how things have come together through my career to be where I'm at today.
Well, nobody can say any more about what's going on in the state parks when they look at how we shine in the nation. During COVID, we shut down. That was kind of a scary time. You know, I'm a commissioner. I remember that meeting like, oh my goodness, it was like the world was coming to an end. But you guys opened back up, and it's just been record-breaking ever since.
That's right. One thing that we've noticed or that we have seen for sure is that how essential parks are to citizens of Arkansas and to citizens across the United States is that throughout the pandemic, our guests needed a space to get outside, to recreate, to enjoy the resources of the natural state. And our state parks were there to provide those. I'm so thankful and proud of our state park system, how we're viewed on the national level, the support that we have from the citizens of Arkansas, from our legislature, from local communities. We have a tremendous amount of support for our state park system.
Now, you look at that, the state of Texas has a lot of parks. They come here. They're the number one tourist now to our state parks. Then you got Tennessee. I mean, you just go down the list. Even Florida's in that top 10 list.
That's right. It's because of our resources. We have tremendous resources, whether it's lakes or trails or opportunities to ride your bike or bird watching, historical, cultural resources. There's everything that you could want to do. So folks from Texas or from Tennessee or Missouri, Oklahoma, all the surrounding states visit us, but Texas is the largest audience.
Now, when you look at, there's 52 state parks. A lot of folks don't know the number 52. I mean, you think about it, you literally have a state park and go to each week. Was that designed that way?
It was. It wasn't necessarily designed for 52 weeks, but the number of parks that we have were specifically designed to reach out to all parts of the state. So the original concept of state parks came about with the idea that a park would be a close drive, maybe only up to an hour away from someone where they lived, and so that everybody would have access to a state park. Because what was taking place at the time was the national parks were being created. But not everybody has the ability to reach a national park because of the distance or the travel cost and everything associated. But the idea of state parks was to have these resources nearby so everybody could access them.
When you look at it, you think the number one park would be Petit Jean, correct?
It's our most popular park. It's often back and forth, Petit Jean and Pinnacle.
Those two.
For visitation numbers.
Now, that's nationally, because it's talking about a lot of visitors know that nationally. Yes. And then you have the Ozark Folk Center, probably one of the most unique parks when you've got a stage and music. I mean, that's something that goes back to the hills.
Oh, that's right. It's, I think our parks like the Ozark Folk Center, Park and Archaeological State Park, Toltec Mounds, Arkansas Museum of Natural Resources, they serve a very specific purpose, and that's to preserve and perpetuate that piece of history, whether it's the Ozark Mountains, the culture of the Ozark Mountains, the music, the crafts, the herbs of the Ozark Folk Center. All of those come together to create a unique experience, and that's what guests want today, is they want to see something or experience something like they can't anywhere else. They want something that they can share online, on Instagram, or on their Facebook page or Twitter, that, hey, I was at the Ozark Folk Center. I saw this amazing bluegrass band that no one else has had the opportunity to see. And so it creates those moments for them, those experiences. And that's what state parks are all about, is creating unique experiences.
Now, the big trails have become the big thing. People on the bikes. This is new in my lifetime. You've seen I had the big Schwinn 20, inch bike, didn't have a 10-speed. Now these things are thousands of dollars. This is a big time. This is like someone with their big campers. Their bike is more expensive than some people's campers.
They can be. And the monument trails that have been installed at Pinnacle Mountain, Mount Nebo, Devil's Den, and Hobbs State Park are unbelievable trails. They're attracting folks from all over the United States to come and ride their mountain bikes. But the cool thing about them is not only they're mountain bike enhanced trails, but they're also good for hiking, biking, running, walking. So lots of users are using them. And some of the trails, even like the 3C trail at Mount Nebo State Park, which is a monument trail, is created with the idea that I don't have a super fancy mountain bike. I've got an entry-level mountain bike, but I want to learn how to ride these trails. It gives you that entry-level experience.
Well, I like the mountain bikes where they have that little motor to help you. I'm thinking that's what I want to do. You know, I wasn't the mountain bike guy. This is something I listened to, and I think these guys are really into it. But it becomes addictive, they say.
It does. It does. I'm a mountain biker and enjoy it myself, but I have had the privilege of being on an e-bike, and it can definitely enhance the experience where I'm doing a lot less huffing and puffing up and down the hills. Yeah. But so technology can be a good thing.
For sure. Well, Shea, congratulations. Been talking to Shea Lewis, director of the State Parks of Arkansas, as of January 3rd. That's amazing. I mean, I feel like one of the honored guys, but you know, the buzz had to beat me to the punch. It's okay. I'm not aggravated those guys, but it's just pretty awesome.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm excited to be in the position. I take very serious one of the principles of our mission, and that's honor tradition, seek innovation. I want us to honor the past. I want us to keep doing the great things that we've been doing, but at the same time, look forward to the future and figure out ways to innovate, to be relevant to the next generation of park user.
Well said.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Shea Lewis, director of Arkansas State Parks of Arkansas. We've got 52 state parks. Visit them today. Aren't you glad we've got them? Thanks for joining us for Open Mic.